Welcome back. If you're here to unlock real strength, discipline, and mindset power, you're in the right place. This story will change how you see struggle, silence, and success. Watch till the end, because the strongest lesson comes when no one is watching. Subscribe now and join a community that builds power from the inside out. Most people believe strength is something you show to the world. They think it's loud, visible, celebrated. But Bruce Lee believes something completely different. He believed your greatest strength is built where no one sees. Before the world knew his name, before the movies, the fame, the legend, Bruce Lee was just a young boy who didn't fit in. He wasn't the strongest. He wasn't the biggest. Many people underestimated him. Some ignored him completely. Others doubted he would ever stand out. What most people don't realize is this. Real strength doesn't start with applause. It starts in silence. While others were chasing attention, Bruce Lee was training alone. No crowd, no praise, no validation. Just discipline, focus, and a quiet belief that growth happens away from the spotlight. He understood something most people never learn. If you only work when people are watching, you will stop when they stop watching. Bruce Lee trained when it was uncomfortable, when it was repetitive, when it felt boring, when no one cared. And that's where the foundation was built. Every punch he practiced, every movement he refined, every moment of focus added a layer of strength the world couldn't see yet. There were no shortcuts, no overnight success, just consistent effort in places no camera ever reached. This is where many people give up, not because they can't succeed, but because success feels invisible at the beginning. Bruce Lee never chased attention. He chased mastery. And mastery grows quietly. If you've ever felt like your hard work is unseen, if you've ever wondered whether your effort even matters, this is where your story connects with his. Because the truth is simple. What you build in silence decides who you become in public. And what Bruce Lee was building back then would one day shock the entire world. While the world slept, Bruce Lee kept working. There were no bright lights, no audience, no one cheering his name. Just long hours of repetition in quiet spaces where progress felt slow and invisible. Bruce Lee understood something most people avoid. Real growth happens when motivation fades and only discipline remains. Training wasn't always exciting. Some days felt heavy. Some nights felt endless. But he showed up anyway. He practiced the basics again and again. Movements that looked simple. Techniques that felt repetitive. But within that repetition, something powerful was forming. Most people quit here, not because the work is impossible, but because the results don't appear fast enough. Bruce Lee didn't train for attention. He trained for mastery. He believed that strength built in silence becomes unstoppable later. Every quiet session sharpened his focus. Every unnoticed effort strengthened his mind. What looked like nothing to others was everything to him. There were moments when doubt tried to creep in. Moments when progress felt too slow. Moments when giving up would have been easier. But he kept going, because he knew that when no one is watching, your habits reveal who you truly are. This is the stage where character is built, not in front of people, but alone with your thoughts, your discipline, and your commitment. If you're watching this right now from your room, your workspace, or late at night when no one understands your struggle, this part of Bruce Lee's journey is for you. It's easy to feel unseen. It's easy to feel like your effort doesn't matter. But silent work is never wasted. What you repeat in private becomes your strength in public. Bruce Lee trusted the process long before the world trusted him. And the strength he was building in those quiet moments was preparing him for something far greater than he could see at the time. There comes a stage in every journey where effort starts to feel heavy. Not because the goal is wrong, but because the path becomes lonely. For Bruce Lee, this phase was unavoidable. Progress didn't always feel exciting. Some days his body felt tired. His mind felt stretched. Improvement was slow, almost invisible. The world around him continued as if his work meant nothing. And that silence tested him more than any challenge ever could. This is where most people stop. Not because they are incapable, but because they expect recognition too early. Bruce Lee learned to carry pressure without attention. There were no rewards waiting at the end of each session, no public validation, no instant proof that the sacrifice was worth it. Just effort, repeated again and again. And that repetition wasn't easy. It required patience. It required consistency. It required believing in a future that hadn't arrived yet. The hardest part wasn't the training itself. It was continuing when no one noticed, when improvement felt slow, when progress felt silent, when doubt whispered that the effort might be meaningless. But Bruce Lee didn't run from that discomfort. He leaned into it. He understood that pain without applause is the most powerful kind of training. Because when you can keep going without praise, your discipline becomes unbreakable. You stop depending on motivation. You stop needing approval. You begin to build inner strength. There were moments when quitting would have been easier, when choosing comfort would have required no explanation. But Bruce Lee stayed committed, not because it felt good, but because he believed in who he was becoming. This phase shaped his mindset. It taught him that consistency beats intensity, that quiet effort outlasts loud ambition, that strength built in silence is the hardest to shake. Many people only admire results. Very few respect the process. But Bruce Lee respected the process more than anything. And if you're watching this right now, you might recognize this stage in your own life. Working on yourself while others doubt you. Practicing when no one cares. Improving in ways others can't see yet. It can feel frustrating. It can feel isolating. It can make you question whether it's worth continuing. But this is the moment that separates those who grow from those who quit. Because the work that feels invisible today becomes the foundation of confidence tomorrow. Bruce Lee knew that every unseen effort was adding up. Every quiet hour was shaping him. Every difficult moment was sharpening his focus. And long before the world noticed his strength, he had already built it deep within himself. At some point, the difference between those who grow and those who stop becomes clear. It's not talent. It's not luck. It's not even opportunity. It's mindset. Bruce Lee realized early that most people want results without patience. They admire success, but they avoid the quiet work that creates it. They want to be noticed before they are ready. They want praise before progress. That's where many journeys end. While others search for motivation, Bruce Lee focused on discipline. Motivation comes and goes. Discipline stays. It shows up on difficult days. It continues when excitement fades. It keeps moving forward without needing permission or recognition. This understanding changed everything. He didn't wait to feel inspired. He trained because training was part of who he was becoming. Many people avoid discomfort. They chase comfort, approval, and shortcuts. But Bruce Lee saw comfort as a distraction. He believed that growth requires focus, repetition, and patience, especially when the work feels boring or slow. Strength is not built in moments of excitement. It is built in moments of consistency. Another reason most people never become strong is comparison. They look at others and feel behind. They rush. They lose focus. Bruce Lee avoided this trap. He didn't measure his progress against others. He measured it against his own discipline. Every day became an opportunity to improve slightly. Not perfectly, just consistently. He also understood that attention can be dangerous too early. Being seen before being prepared creates pressure without foundation. Bruce Lee chose to build privately so he could perform confidently later. That patience created clarity. Instead of asking, "Am I good enough yet?" he asked, "Am I improving today?" That small shift kept him grounded. Most people want quick validation. Bruce Lee wanted long-term mastery. And mastery demands sacrifice, especially of comfort and ego. If you think about it, many dreams fail not because people lack ability, but because they quit during the invisible stage. When progress feels slow, when results don't show, when no one claps. Bruce Lee stayed because he trusted the process. He knew that when the time came, his preparation would speak for itself. And if you're watching this right now, there's a powerful lesson here for you too. You don't need to rush your journey. You don't need to prove yourself early. You don't need to be seen before you're ready. Focus on discipline. Commit to improvement. Trust the quiet work. Because strength built patiently lasts longer than strength built for attention. There comes a moment when quiet preparation meets opportunity. Not suddenly, not magically, but naturally. For Bruce Lee, this was the phase where the strength he built in silence began to appear in the world. To outsiders, it looked fast. It looked effortless. Some even called it overnight success. But Bruce Lee knew the truth. Nothing about it was overnight. Every movement that impressed people was backed by years of repetition. Every moment of confidence was built on countless hours of unseen effort. What others admired in public had already been tested in private. This is how real strength reveals itself. Not with noise, not with excuses, but with calm control. Bruce Lee didn't need to prove himself loudly. His preparation spoke through his presence. His focus, precision, and discipline showed in how he moved, how he thought, and how he carried himself. And that's what surprised people the most. They expected aggression. They expected flash. Instead, they saw clarity and confidence. That confidence didn't come from approval. It came from knowing the work was done. Many people misunderstand this stage. They think success changes a person. In reality, success only reveals who someone already is. And Bruce Lee was already disciplined long before recognition arrived. Because of that, he didn't become distracted when attention came. He didn't abandon his habits. He didn't stop training. If anything, he became more focused. This is a powerful lesson. When success arrives before preparation, it creates pressure. When preparation comes first, success feels natural. Bruce Lee stayed grounded because he never built his identity on praise. He built on progress. Even as opportunities increased, he continued refining himself. He understood that strength is not a destination. It's a practice, a commitment to continuous improvement. And that's why his presence felt different. People weren't just watching skill. They were witnessing discipline in motion. If you're on a journey right now and wondering when your efforts will finally matter, this part of Bruce Lee's story is important. The moment will come, but arrives quietly. One day, others will notice what you've been building. They'll admire the confidence, the ability, the calm strength. They won't see the nights you stayed committed, the days you pushed through doubt, the moments you kept going without encouragement. And that's okay, because when your strength finally shows itself, you won't need to explain it. Your preparation will speak for you. And just like Bruce Lee, you'll understand that the real victory wasn't being seen. It was being ready. This is the part of the story where Bruce Lee's journey becomes yours. Because the truth is, the most important work is not happening on a stage. It's happening quietly, right where you are. Bruce Lee understood that strength is not something you wait to have. It's something you build daily, through small choices that no one else sees. The hours you stay focused. The moments you choose discipline over comfort. The effort you give even when results feel far away. This kind of strength doesn't announce itself. It grows silently. If you're working on yourself right now, your mindset, your skills, your habits, there's a good chance people around you don't notice yet. They may not understand why you keep going. They might even question your commitment. That doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. It means you're in the most important phase. Bruce Lee never waited for permission to improve. He didn't need validation to continue. He trusted the process even when the outcome was unclear. That trust turned effort into confidence. And confidence built this way is different. It's calm. It's steady. It doesn't depend on approval. This is why he believed that real power is developed where no one is watching. When you train without an audience, your discipline becomes honest. When you improve without praise, your motivation becomes internal. You stop chasing results. You start building foundations. Many people give up here because they feel unseen. They measure progress by attention instead of growth. But Bruce Lee measured progress by consistency. He focused on showing up, on improving a little each day, on becoming stronger from the inside out. If you've ever felt like your work isn't paying off yet, remember this. Unseen effort is not wasted effort. Every moment of focus is shaping who you are becoming. Every challenge you push through is strengthening your mindset. This phase is not about recognition. It's about readiness. Because one day, the moment will come when your preparation matters. And when it does, You won't feel rushed or unprepared. You'll feel calm, grounded, confident. That's the power of silent growth. Bruce Lee didn't rush his journey. He respected it. And that respect is what allowed his strength to last. So wherever you are right now, keep going, keep building quietly, keep showing up, keep trusting the process. Because the strength you're creating today is preparing you for tomorrow in ways you can't see yet. Every journey reaches a point where the quiet work finally speaks. Not through noise, not through explanation, but through presence. Bruce Lee's strength was never about proving anything to anyone. By the time the world truly noticed him, the foundation was already solid. What people admired was not just skill, but clarity, confidence, and control. Qualities built through years of silent effort. This is the final lesson. Real strength doesn't need an introduction. It doesn't demand attention. It simply shows up when needed. Bruce Lee became a symbol of discipline, focus, and inner power because he respected the unseen process. He trusted the work he did when no one was watching. That trust gave him calm confidence when the spotlight arrived. And this is why his message still matters today. In a world that rewards noise and instant results, it's easy to feel pressure to rush, to prove, to be seen too early. But Bruce Lee's journey reminds us that lasting strength is built differently. It's built quietly, patiently, with intention. If you've stayed committed to something even when no one noticed, that matters. If you've kept improving without recognition, that counts. If you've chosen discipline over comfort, that's real strength. The world may not see your effort yet, but time always does. And when the moment comes, when your preparation meets opportunity, you won't need to explain your progress. You won't need approval. Your confidence will come from knowing the work was done. This is the kind of strength that lasts. Bruce Lee didn't chase attention. He chased mastery. And mastery doesn't fade. So as this story comes to an end, remember this. You don't need to rush your growth. You don't need to compare your journey. You don't need to be loud to be powerful. Keep building where no one sees. Keep training when it's quiet. Keep trusting the process. Because one day, the strength you built in silence will speak for itself. And when it does, it won't just impress others. It will remind you how far you've come. If this message inspired you, take a moment to support the channel. Subscribe for more mindset stories like this, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your journey matters, and it's only just beginning. Thank you so much for watching and staying till the end. If you enjoyed this story and want more mindset and inspiration, hit that subscribe button and join our community. Your support means the world, and together we'll keep building strength, focus, and discipline every day. See you in the next video.